The small town of Ravenbrook had always been quiet, nestled between rolling hills and thick forests. It was the kind of place where everyone knew each other, where children rode their bikes freely down the streets, and neighbors gathered for weekend barbecues. But that changed one fateful autumn when the clowns arrived. It started with the flyers. They appeared overnight, plastered on lampposts, telephone poles, and the windows of closed-down shops. The Grand Carnival, a night of thrills and chills, in bold red letters accompanied by an unsettling illustration of a wide grinning clown with soulless black eyes. The carnival was coming to town. At first, people were excited. The town hadn't had an event like this in years. Posters promised games, rides, and performances by world-famous entertainers. The children begged their parents to take them. The elderly whispered about the days when carnivals were grand and magical. But not everyone was thrilled. Some felt an unease they couldn't quite explain, a chill that ran down their spines when they looked at the clown on the poster for too long. The carnival arrived on a fog-drenched Thursday night. Trucks rumbled into town, setting up massive red and white striped tents in the vacant field by the old train tracks. By morning, the carnival was alive. Colorful lights twinkled, the scent of popcorn and cotton candy filled the air, and laughter echoed through the grounds. But something was off. The clowns were everywhere and they never seemed to blink. They walked in pairs, moving in eerie synchronization. Their painted-on smiles stretched unnaturally wide. They spoke in hushed tones when they thought no one was listening. And most disturbing of all, they seemed to take a particular interest in the children. Jake, a 17-year-old with a knack for investigating the weird and unexplained, noticed it first. He had a bad feeling about the carnival from the moment it arrived, but when his little sister Lily insisted on going, he reluctantly agreed to take her. As they walked through the carnival, he couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The clown's eyes followed them, their heads subtly turning as they passed. That night, Lily woke up screaming. She kept saying she saw one of the clowns outside her window, just standing there, watching. Their parents dismissed it as a bad dream, but Jake wasn't so sure. The next day, he started digging. He visited the library, searching for any record of the carnival. What he found sent a shiver down his spine. The Grand Carnival had been traveling the country for over 50 years, but wherever it went, children disappeared. No one ever made the connection. The carnival would pack up and leave, and the missing kids were chalked up as runaways or kidnappings. The authorities never found any evidence. It was as if the children simply vanished. Jake ran to find his friends, desperate to warn them. But when he arrived at the carnival that night, something was different. The air was heavier. The laughter had an unnatural echo. He spotted his best friend, Tyler, standing by the Ferris wheel, staring blankly ahead. Jake. Tyler? No response. As he got closer, he noticed something horrifying. Tyler's face was painted like a clown. The same eerie smile stretched across his lips, his eyes vacant and unblinking. He turned his head slowly, his movements mechanical. Then, he whispered in a voice that wasn't his own. Tyler, join us. Panic surged through Jake as he realized what was happening. The carnival wasn't just a show, it was a trap. The clowns weren't performers. They were something else, something ancient, something that fed on fear, on the innocence of children. He ran, shoving past the hypnotized townsfolk, their faces now painted with grotesque grins. He found Lily near the carousel, her small hands grasped by two towering clowns. Their fingers were too long, their skin cold as ice. Jake, let her go! Jake shouted, grabbing a metal pole from a nearby tent and swinging it wildly. The clowns hissed, their smiles cracking unnaturally as they released Lily. He grabbed her hand and bolted, weaving through the maze of tents and rides, the clowns in pursuit. They reached the exit just as the lights of the carnival flickered violently. The once colorful tents sagged and melted into the ground, the laughter turning into distorted wails. The town's missing children, now unrecognizable, their faces twisted into grotesque grins. reached out for him, but Jake didn't stop running. When he finally turned back, the carnival was gone. The field was empty, save for the tattered remains of a single red balloon. The town woke up the next morning, confused. No one remembered the carnival. No one remembered the missing children. Except Jake. And when he looked outside his window that night, he saw them, the clowns, standing beneath the streetlight, watching, waiting. The grand carnival always came back.